Hearing from Up Knox, significant since this is the first time since the city ended its contract with the Violence Intervention Program.
In February, the city told us the end of the deal was because they were concerned about Up Knox's spending.
Let's get to our Will Puckett. Will's looking into this here. Their executive director telling you he has learned from this experience.
Yeah, he's learned and is hopeful that this will help Up Knox run better in the long run. Up Knox was started in response to gun violence records being set in Knoxville between 2020 and 2021. But things started to come apart this past February when the city took most of its funding. But now with a new look on how to run a nonprofit, their executive director tells me he's optimistic this is the start of a new beginning.
Denzel Grant is honest when he takes a look back at how he first ran Up Knox.
When I first started this journey, I can be transparent to say I didn't have any executive director experience.
Grant, now years in, is comparing the first few years of running the nonprofit like building an airplane while you're flying it.
Learning to, how to grow a program, do the work while you're building the program.
This past February, the city dealt a blow to Up Knox when it cut its contract and relationship with the Violence Intervention Program.
The majority of it, the city funding, it's no secret, it made up about 80% of our budget.
The city saying the organization was spending more money than it had budgeted, a red flag the city believed wasn't sustainable, and therefore ending the work the two were doing.
We've always moved with a sense of integrity. We've always been as transparent as we can possibly be. But this right here has showed me that there's a different level of transparency in terms of, dealing with community members, operating with city government. And I think that's the lesson. That's the lesson.
But on the other side is a slimmer organization, now one posting its income and expenditures on its website, hoping to prove while it hasn't always been perfect, there's a new path forward for all.
And that's the goal, I think, is zeroing back in on why we started. 2021 was a challenging year for the entire city, not just the East District, but Knoxville as a whole. We saw an historic year of violence.
Saying they're not losing sight of the mission. That's to reduce gun deaths in the Marble City and map a future everyone is a part of.
Now, Up Knox recently received a payout of roughly $112,000 for services the city says they proved that they completed. We did ask a city spokesperson if they wanted to comment on this story. They said they didn't have anything to add at this time.
Well, Up Knox isn't the only violence intervention program that's working right now in the city.
Yeah, they're not, and Grant acknowledges that they're not the only ones. He says his hope is that those programs can start to coexist a little bit more and work together on the same exact mission. Right now, it looks to be gaining ground and making an impact in our city as gun deaths have been down since 2021.
All right, Will Puckett, thank you.